Hello again, and welcome to our parallel track for manufacturing industry use case scenarios of Microsoft devices. Now, before we go and do a deep dive into the demanding requirements of the industry and what solutions we bring, let's take a look at where the industry is going right now. Now, there is a big revolution happening in manufacturing industry. Now we're in the era of Industry 4.0, and especially with Internet of Things, the manufacturing industry is evolving in a very fast way. There is a lot of demand for engineers to collaborate more. Traditionally, they work on their desks individually. Now they have to be able to work in an environment where collaboration is driven. Multinational organizations should be able to do R&D in a global scale, and they also have to provide solutions very fast to the market. So the time to market pressure is very high on the organizations. However, when we look at the trends in the industry, less than 50% of the employees, engineers, are generally empowered with mobility solutions. So that's a big blocker in front of the manufacturing companies that we see today. Another challenge is about the profitability of manufacturing. There is a very big pressure on the manufacturing companies to make the business more profitable, and the key to achieve that profitability is reducing costs, reducing time to market, and increasing the product margins on the end of the supply chain where the products reach to the end customers. Now, in this session, we will do a deep dive into these pressure points and try to define what the challenges are, and also at the same time provide some solutions to these challenges. Now, let's take a look at three different profiles in the manufacturing industry, what pain points they have in their day-to-day life, and how we can bring solutions to this. Three profiles we will be looking at are product design innovation, group collaboration requirements in the industry, and immersive customer experiences that manufacturing companies, some of them have already brought to the service of their customers. Let's start with product design and innovation. Now, what we observe in the industry is that engineers are not equipped with the devices or with the collaboration platform that they are required to use. Generally, traditionally, engineers are sitting behind the desks with very high computing power devices. The way they work is an individual effort where they do their design, but when a team effort is needed, the platforms that they use, the devices that they have, don't encourage them to collaborate. When you're out from the desk, the study that you do works only on the device that's sitting on your desk. And when you go to mobile mode, that content that you have created, the design that's sitting over there, does not have the mobility, flexibility that you have individually. So that's a key challenge that we're observing. How we can solve this problem is the tools and the devices that they use in their day-to-day life, in their desk. If we could make the tool be mobile together with the engineer himself, and if the tool would enable the engineer to collaborate with his colleagues, that would decrease the time to market and also enable the engineer to collaborate even more within the organization so that he can collect more insights from his colleagues and peers and make the optimal outcome out of his design. Let's take a look at the benefits of the day-to-day life of an engineer when they transition into Surface devices. First of all, these devices are powerhouse devices, as we mentioned in the general session. It supports i5 and i7 processors, which is requirement on the engineering design side that the device has to be a powerhouse. That's already in place in the existing devices as well. But what we bring new to the table is the mobility. So although this device is a powerhouse, at the same time it's a ultra thin, ultra slim mobile device. So the engineer can easily pick the device, stand up, go and collaborate with his colleagues, or they can run a Skype session on this device and share his content with other engineers so that they can optimize the study that they're working on to reduce the time to market. So the mobility is a very key initiative on this one. Now, when you enable mobility, the key challenge comes with the security of the content, because the engineering design is one of the key intellectual properties of the company. We enable the end-to-end security on Surface devices from all the low-end layers of the hardware with TPM chips and the way we design the hardware, all up to the level of operating system with authentication and the way we keep the data. So your design is secure and safe within the Microsoft Devices platform. Now let's look at a customer reference. One of the market leaders in engineering software is Siemens. Siemens PLM software is very widely used in the engineering industry. And when we go and talk with the VP of product engineering software in Siemens, what he mentions is the way the Surface devices have come into their life, it enabled all the flexibility and performance they need. And the Surface devices enabled them to move from the manufacturing floor up until to the office without missing a beat. So it's an end-to-end engineering experience that they can live in their desk, in the manufacturing floor, or in the office. So Siemens Engineer is one of our key references, and at the same time, it's an industry-wide use case scenario across the board. Another example is robosynthesis. For robosynthesis, actually, I will not go and do a deep dive because we have a great video about how they use Surface devices. Now, let's roll the video.
Robotics is a specialist modular robotics company. Our interest is in robots that will replace people in environments where people shouldn't or can't work. This might be as varied as a robot that might be used in nuclear decommissioning or by police forces to defuse a bomb. We have built a modular system so that each of our modules can be reused in different combinations to produce a robot of different size, shape, task capability, and incorporate new technologies as they emerge. The Surface is an interesting product because it's in some ways modular itself. At one point I might be explaining technical drawings, etc. to one of our suppliers, and the same day I might be with a customer showing rendered images, but I could then take the keyboard off and show a video to some people. There was nothing extra hanging there. You could interface with the tablet. The machine doesn't limit you. You define what you require and the machine will actually oblige. And I have tried putting it through its paces and seeing if I can break it, and haven't done so yet. My background isn't as a technologist. I came from an artistic background. What really gets me going is problem solving. And so I fell into robotics accidentally by trying to create a better kind of construction toy for my children. There's a sense of fulfillment in having engaged with a customer and found a solution that they'd never dreamt of before. This is a very clever, very sophisticated piece of equipment, just like our robot is. Technology by itself is nothing. It's how people use it that's interesting. With a technology like the Surface, as you get to know it, you get more and more passionate about it. It's a blank canvas, really, for other people to paint their ideas on. That's the exciting bit.
The next theme I want to discuss, the second theme I want to discuss in manufacturing space is about group collaboration. One of the key challenges we observe in the manufacturing industry is client-facing teams need to work remotely while they're on the go. Unfortunately, engineers are not riding this wave of mobility because they're tied to heavy-duty PCs. When they want to collaborate, they have to typically use traditional flipboards or dashboards where the group working session is left over there and you can't get the most out of your collaboration session because your design is on your PC is not with you when you're collaborating, and your ideas and your collaboration outcome is sitting and left behind in the flipboards. Now, how we solve this problem is now we're going to propose Surface Hub, which is the 55-inch or 84-inch giant screen collaboration device, where you can put your engineering design, collaborate with 2 or 3 different colleagues at the same time, and concurrently open a remote session where your colleagues in a remote location can join the same session and collaborate with you on your design. Now, this is an exceptional solution, and Surface Hub devices are unique in the way they perform because it's not only a collaboration device by itself, it also has all the microphones, all the cameras, and all the collaboration software built in the solution. so that once you put the device in your engineering environment, you don't need to put anything else beside that device. It's an end-to-end solution to drive collaboration between the engineers. So it enables unlocking the collaboration between the teams. They come, collaborate on the device, and whatever they have collaborated, whatever content they have created over there, it's very easy to loop it back into the existing engineering software or share the content across the attendees over whiteboard sharing or the notes that you take on the OneNote software. The third highlight I want to mention on the manufacturing space is about immersive customer experiences. Now, over here, we have talked about engineering doing the design, engineering collaborating with other colleagues. Now it came to a point where the product has reached to the end customer. Over here, where the product has reached to the end customer, what we want to do is we want to ensure product is sold in the fastest and most profitable way. The challenge over here is customizing the product according to the customer's needs, enabling the salesperson at the end of the product design phase where the product reaches the end customer, equipping the salesperson with the customization options, because customized products have the highest margin. And if we equip them that way, it increases our sales, it reduces our sales time, increases our sales value, and also increases our sales margins. So what we do over here is we provide solutions to our employees who showcase the outcome of the engineering design to the end customers to make sure that they're equipped with the right devices, right software, so that they can get the maximum out of their customer conversation. Let's give an example to this one. If you look at the brand, car brand Infiniti, we have worked together with Infiniti UK team, where we have equipped their dealers with Surface devices. So as a customer, when you go to an Infiniti dealer in UK, you will observe that they will welcome you with Surface devices. They will showcase you all the cars, and Infiniti is a premium brand where it associates very well with Surface. They will welcome you, and if you don't see your desired car in the dealer itself, what you can do is the dealer employee can easily come next to you, customize the car, performance, engine tuning, or the color or any other equipment on the car, personalize it for you. In real time, you can see what the car is going to look like, and you can immediately order the car on the spot. So this is what we mentioned about personalizing the experience and getting the maximum out of the engineering outcome that you put on the table as the manufacturing organization. Some of the proof points I want to mention, we see that once companies transition into Surface devices, they have around 15% increase in the close rate of their deals. They have around 20% increase in the average deal size that they have. So these two things show that we can easily increase our revenue after transitioning into the Surface devices. And the third point is about the employee feedback. 90% of the employees say that they either agree or strongly agree about the fact that they get more things done after they have transitioned into the Surface. Now, with this in hand, I want to thank you a lot for attending our virtual launch, and I would like to invite you to click on the Contact Me button on the virtual launch platform. If you can fill your details and tell us about what kind of a project you're interested in, we would like to provide content to you. We would like to call you back and learn from you what solutions you would like to have from Microsoft. And we will be very happy to help you with the solutions that you need, either on the software or the hardware solutions. We will make sure we are providing you the best experience with Microsoft devices, Microsoft 365 solutions, and we will also like to make you a key reference for us. Thanks a lot for listening to us. Have a good day, and bye-bye.